A shot.
Exactly.
Nobody
NBA
can
medal
ask
time.
for.
Only
Blake
one
Bortles
game
got to
last
one.
night. So if you play in the NBA, this is a golden opportunity to get yourself on the medal stand. Magic hosting the Pistons. Isaiah Stewart at
Right.
16 and 10. Didn't get a bronze. Pistons won, but no medal. Nick, let's hear it. Reveal the medal stamp.
Well, I just want to clarify because Isaiah Stewart played well enough to get the medal. However, in addition to the game suspension he got for trying to viciously attack LeBron James, he got a season-long medal stand suspension. So ineligible. Reveal the bronze, please. It's facts.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know. Oh, you might be looking at that and saying, who is that gentleman? Oh my God, is that Marvin Bagley? It is. Right? This is why it's nice to have one Magic Pistons game. A lot of fans get to be like, I didn't know he was playing there. That's right. Former top 5 pick Marvin Bagley's on the Pistons now. Good for him. Magic player gets a silver in a loss. This might be the first Magic player to get a medal in a loss ever.
Yes.
I know what you're thinking. Who is that? It's Wild's guy, Franz Wagner. Franz Wagner gets a medal in a double-digit loss to the Pistons. Hey, NBA, by the way, just don't schedule any games first night of March Madness. Don't make the Magic Pistons go play like they don't count. It's so rude. And then, as predicted by our producer, Sam Pepper, at 9:34 a.m. yesterday, he said, and I quote, "Get ready to give a gold to Saddiq Bey." Oh, and did he ever get one? 51 points for Saddiq Bey. I am a little curious, Brew. How do we now put a bit of a curve on Kyrie's 60 if the Magic are giving up 51 to Saddiq Bey? I'm just saying. What's wrong?
We do.
What's wrong, Wild? Wild.
We do.
Wild.
No, I'm
The
not. My
50
Magic.
pieces are coming too often. The 50 pieces are coming
Yeah.
way too often now.
You can't double team Saddiq Bey? We
little
just heard
bastard.
Durant complain about being double teamed. Come on, Orlando. I almost think you're not frisky. Back talking Baker. He wants out, right? I mean, I guess so. It seems a little
Just
flashy
saying, yes.
for me, but sure. Sure.
Okay,
Well,
yeah,
you know, being honest.
Yeah, just play along with me, buddy. Okay, Brew, you would like to have
Okay,
Rolls
yeah,
Royce.
I
So
would
go to
love it.
Brew because Brew understands the art of television in a way that Kevin Wildes evidently doesn't. Brew, you'd like a Rolls Royce. Would it be worth
Yes, definitely.
$2 million?
Depends on how
The
much
answer is
money
no.
I had.
Okay, well, if you had a set amount of money, if in fact there was a cap,
No.
let's just call it a car cap. And you spend $2 million on the Rolls? Probably not. Devontae Adams is Rolls Royce. He's thank you. He's a fantastic player. But every time a fantastic player is traded, it is just me and old Bill Barnwell that actually seems to look at what was the cost while everyone else is working on Photoshops and they got sugar plums dancing in their heads of touchdowns. I'm like, hard cap sport. This isn't the LA Dodgers. Just throw money at everything and there's never a bill due. And I think it shows a patent misunderstanding, by the way, Brew, for both teams involved of where they are. If there was ever a team that should be putting things on the credit card, win immediately by any means necessary, it would be the Packers, whose quarterback's turning 39 this season, who has a tiny window, worry about the future in the future. And if there was ever a team that might say, we're probably not going to win our division, let alone our conference, let alone our Super Bowl, it's a team that's in all of a sudden the most competitive division maybe ever, who has clearly and demonstrably the worst quarterback in that division, who now is going to be without the young, cheap picks that could turn into great players when their window's open. And by the way, added benefit or not benefit, cost of this is you better believe they now must extend Derek Carr. 3 weeks ago, we were talking about would they trade Derek Carr. Now, you got to pay Derek Carr. He's going to go from $19 million to probably close to 40, and you're going to be tied to him long term. So you can have the worst quarterback in the AFC West. So I understand the excitement. But if the Raiders had traded 10 first-round picks and signed him to $100 million a year, then everyone would be like, oh, okay, no matter how good he is, that's too much. So we all agree there's a threshold. Damn near $30 million a year to go along with a first and second round pick for the Raiders, I think is too much. So no, I think it feels good in the moment, and you regret it shortly thereafter.
All right, Nick, you made a great point about the Packers. Yes, they should be all in to win and should have tried to keep Davante Adams. Or apparently they did, but they should have done whatever they could to keep him. The rest of it was gibberish. And this is becoming a theme with you. Baker, tuck tail and run. The times are getting tough. Run! Now you're saying the Raiders shouldn't even compete? They should. Why are they in the National Football League? I mean, they should look at Kansas City. They should look at the Chargers. They should look at the Broncos and say, we can't do anything. Let's get rid of Carr. Let's not get any free agent. No! They did make the playoffs last year. They are here to compete. And, Nick, look at what great receivers do for quarterbacks. What did Stephon Diggs do for Josh Allen in Buffalo? What did DeAndre Hopkins do for Kyler Murray in Arizona? Tom Brady, the GOAT, his last year in New England, couldn't do much because he didn't have any weapons. They did the right thing. You got to go out and get your guys weapons. Even Jacksonville, for your guy, Trevor Lawrence, they went out and overpaid for Christian Kirk. Why? Because he needs somebody to throw the football to. And Derek Carr, we already know, yes, he is the worst. He is the worst quarterback in that. Pick Schmicks. He is the worst quarterback in that division. But he's still a very good quarterback. And picks, sometimes, I get the value of picks, but they also can be overrated. Your picks, you want your picks so you can get great players. And they went out and got a great player. Now you're looking at Josh Jacobs as your running back. You're looking at Hunter Renfrow and Davante Adams as receivers, not to mention Darren Waller at tight end. They are going to be formidable. And Derek Carr, when he had Henry Ruggs, and check this graphic out. Unfortunately, we know the tragic accident with Henry Ruggs. But Ruggs played the first 7 weeks. So that's the bye week. With Henry Ruggs, you see how much better Derek Carr was. Everything, yards per attempt, yards per game, touchdown, interception, passer rating. And now you're going to give him Davante Adams, who is much better than Henry Ruggs? Oh, they made the right move. I'm not saying they're going to win the AFC West. Like you said, it's an awesome division. But they are going to be competing, and they're going to have a shot. Okay. So I think it was a good move, Wilds.
You know what, Wilds, the Raiders should have learned from? The Khalil Mack trade. That work out for the Bears? No. Everyone loved it for him. Everyone killed the Raiders. Did that work out for the Bears? No. Was it Khalil Mack an awesome player?
Work out
yes.
for the Raiders?
But they ended up what I would argue no. Same thing. I think both sides screwed that up. I think both sides screwed this up. Let me just ask you a question, Wilds, because the head coach of the Raiders is Josh McDaniels. Belichick doing this? Just curious. First and a second and pay a wide receiver that's about to be 30 years old, $30 million a year. He doing it? I'm just curious. Even Belichick back when he was good. Not the last few years when he doesn't know what he's doing, but back when he was good at his job. Was he doing this? No, he wasn't.
Oh, yikes. Took a shot at me there. No, but I do think it's interesting that the Raiders have decided to go all in. And Josh McDaniels has had lots of offers. He got offers, interviews all the time. He went to the Colts and, I'm out of here. But he went to the Raiders, finally pulled the trigger. Why? Because the Raiders think they can go all in. They can compete and they can win. And you know what the subtext here is? The underlying tremors. No one's afraid of Kansas City. Oh, big bad Kansas City. We're supposed to be so afraid of Kansas City. But all of these teams are lining up. It's like, nah, our window's wide open. Why? You don't think that's weird at all? That Denver thinks their window is open. The Raiders think their window is open. The Chargers go and get Khalil Mack and J.C. Jackson.
I think you
their
have
windows open. Seems strange.
I think that you have a very interesting way. I think you have a very interesting way of framing it, because the more accurate way to frame it is the 3 teams in the AFC West who have seen the Chiefs go 21-3 against them over the last 4 years since with Mahomes as the quarterback, and have seen the Chiefs win 6 straight divisions, are sick of getting their teeth kicked in, so they are overspending to try. Now, some of these moves I like. The Khalil Mack move I said I liked. I thought that was a smart move for the Chargers. So, I mean, it's not all of the moves that I think are bad. I understand why the Broncos did the Russell Wilson trade. Of course you do it, even though I don't think Russell's the player you guys think he is. But the idea, again, you guys, everyone in the moment, this is a first cousin of, we got 17 guys that are top 10 players in the NBA. Everyone in the moment loves the move for the Raiders.